समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Okay, Hari Om. We are today going to start the fourth verse of the 10th chapter. And last time, up to the third verse, we had done that the Lord is the Sarva Loka Maheshwara. Now, Sarva Loka Maheshwara means he is the ruler, the governor, the Lord in charge of all, originator of all, pervading all the universe. Now here the fourth verse, continuing in the same strain, the fourth verse says, Buddhir jnanam sammoha kshama satyam dama shama sukham dukkham bhavo bhavo bhayam cha bhayameva cha. It says, next verse also we do them together. अहिंसा समता तृष्टिः तपोदानं यशो यशः भवन्ति भावा भूतानां मत्त एव पृथग्विधाः. Now, the first verse says intellect, wisdom, non-illusion, forgiveness, truth, self-restraint, calmness, happiness, pain, birth or death, fear, and also fearlessness. Now, see how many qualities are listed over here. Now, all these qualities and moods or thought possibilities are there in the human mind and intellect. And he is almost listing them that this is the ambit of your thinking. This is how a human mind can think in so many different directions. And he says that these are all possibilities made possible only because of me, says the Lord. Okay. Now, why only because of him? Just think about it. The human frame, including your brain, which is the organ of the mind and intellect. Now, nothing can function without him. You need his support, you need his help, you need his energy to activate these things. Otherwise, it is all nothing else but bones, blood, flesh, filth, all made it into a bundle. And can these things have these qualities? Ahimsa, samata, shama, dama, danam, yasho, yash, apyash. Can that instrument have any of these qualities? No. Any flesh, fat, and filth that you keep, bones and muscle and everything, put it in one place. None of it has these qualities unless energized by him. And therefore, he says that all these are possible in me alone. It is like electricity saying that your cooler, your fan, your AC, your heater is all possible because of me. Isn't that true? Only possible because of the electricity, and that is what he is here saying. And see, he says he's talking as the creator also of the gross as well as the subtle. Now notice that the gross body is the instrument which has been created. All these other things are what? This ahimsa, samta, trishta, these are what? These are mental qualities. So creation, generally when you say creation, people understand it as the creation of material objects. You know, दुनिया बनी है, घर बने हैं, पेड़ बना है, this, that and the other. They think this is creation. What about all these? See, he goes into a subtler level of creation. And he says that even these qualities that you think are yours cannot be there unless they are powered by this superpower called consciousness. Even the thoughts, you see, ye matta, is that he says, matta is from me alone. All thoughts, past, present, future thoughts, they all arise from me, he says. Now, see the next verse. Non injury, equanimity, contentment, austerity, beneficence, fame, infamy, different kinds of qualities of beings arise from me alone. He is continuing the same line of argument and the same thoughts he is continuing and telling you that not only the gross forms that you see, even that perception is made possible because of him. See, that is why he is called the Lord and Master. I had last time given you the example of the sun, that because of the sun, seeing is possible, isn't it? Your perception is possible because of sunlight. So if the sunlight is called Dinesh, Dinesh means the Lord of the day. Is it wrong? If there is no light, you cannot see. So whether it is day or night or whatever it is, अगर light ही नहीं है तो आपको कुछ दिखेगा नहीं. That is why he is called the Lord of the day. हाँ, तो वही है. The moon is called Rakesh. Raka is night. So the Lord of the night is the moon. In the ancient times, you could not see anything unless it was in moonlight. In absolutely ancient times. That is why he is called the Lord of the night. The sun is called the Lord of the day. Dinesh and Rakesh. Okay. Now here see, what he's saying is that it is not just the perception of outward objects, even the perception of your own feelings, feelings of all these feelings he has listed: non-injury, equanimity, contentment, austerity, beneficence, fame. ये जितने भी इन्होंने, ये देखो, अहिंसा, समता, तुष्टि, तप, दान, यश, अपयश in the first line. Second line, bhavanti bhava bhutanam. And he says bhavanti bhava bhutanam means the creation of the gross as well as the subtle. They have been possible only because of me. Prithak Vida means alag alag. Prithak means alag alag, na? And so all these things happening separately, the variety of things are all possible only because of me. He is only enumerating these qualities. So please understand that creation is not just physical forms, it is subtle. It is also at a subtle level where the subtle body comes in. Now, an individual, any human personality is bound by all these qualities. All these qualities make up the persona. Persona is a Greek word. It means the personality that you make. From the same word has come personality, individuality. Okay? So persona used to be what the actor used to fancy dress himself as, the person he was trying to represent, not he himself, but what he's trying to represent. That was persona. Similarly, when you say the personality of a person or individuality of a person, it means the person he thinks he is and the person he projects himself to be. That is persona, personality. Now here, See, the world of physical forms, huh? Not only gross but subtle also, and here you are bound by these. पर ये जो word है ना, ये देखिए जो eighth, sorry, जो fourth verse है, the last word is ch. Can you make that out? Ch. Now, ch is an interesting word in Sanskrit. Ch qualifies the opposite qualities as well. Carefully. Here they are listing all these qualities, na? But the opposite of these qualities is included by the word called cha, which you have to. Cha means and. Now, when you can you end a sentence with and? You can't, na? So when you end it in Sanskrit, you end it with and. It means these and the opposite of these also. It's a very interesting, Sanskrit is very rich. It's a very, very rich language, and it has all these kind of suggestions and counter suggestions also. So it is not all these positive qualities, iski negative qualities are also included in the perception. And he says that all those, whether they are positive or negative, arise only from me. From me alone, all these qualities arise. Huh? How is he saying that? देखो example, गुरुदेव ने क्या example दिया है? Post and ghost का. You can take the same example as the snake and the rope also. Tell me that whether the snake is white or the snake is black, whatever you see it as, whatever you see it as, you are seeing because of your awareness. Can you see the snake if you are not aware, if you are not conscious? No, you cannot, right? So the snake is possible because you are able to see the snake. You are able to project the snake. Even when you see the rope, you stop seeing the snake, but even your perception of the rope is possible only because of the awareness in you, the life principle in you. The dead man can neither see the rope nor can he see the snake. So even awareness is possible only because of consciousness. Otherwise, nothing has any existence. No consciousness, no existence. That is the principle. Think about it carefully. No consciousness, no existence. When the mind and intellect is in deep sleep, not powered by consciousness, does the world exist for you? No. A brain dead person in a hospital, does the world exist for him? No. Do his relatives or his crying wife or his crying children, when they come to visit him, exist for him? No, they don't. Because consciousness is not there as a substratum to support his perception. That is what this verse is saying. Now, these two verses, so here that is the reason why it is supported, as Gurudev has said over here, that he is the only power. You call it the higher power, this power, superpower, call it God, call it by any name, Christ, Allah, Ram, Krishna, call him what you like, but that superpower is there. And anything in the world is possible only because of him. So it supports that Sarvaloka Maheshwara. These two verses also support the same thing, that Sarvaloka Maheshwara. अच्छा, इसमें ये देखो, ahimsa, samta, these are all positive qualities. Tushti is contentment. Samta is the inner equipoise. Ahimsa, you all know, ahimsa is non-aggression. I have done it in detail previously. Ahimsa, translated, it is not non-violence. It is non-aggression. Violent, you cannot live without violence. You kill plants or not? Yes. You kill mosquitoes? You kill termite, you kill ants, you kill cockroaches, you kill rats. हाँ, आप बुलाते हैं ना उसको फ्यूमिगेशन वालों को. So what are you doing? Violence. When you are breathing, how many germs do you breathe? Yeah. Living bacteria is existing in your body also. Some die, some live. Cells in your body, some die, some live. Because you are alive, they die. So you cannot live without doing hinsa. But hinsa in Hinduism is non-aggression. Non-aggression means unless somebody is there who is going to harm you, you do not harm that thing. You kill mosquitoes because they can harm you. You kill cockroaches, rats because they can harm you. If an aggressor has come on your borders and he is going to attack you and your people, you have to kill him. So Hinduism में अहिंसा जो है, don't misunderstand it as total non-violence कि हम तो कोई किसी चीज को नहीं मारेंगे. आप जिंदा भी नहीं रह सकते बिना मारे. You kill plants to eat. So the thing is, please understand very carefully, hinsa is used only when someone else is ready to destroy you, harm you, kill you. Then it becomes a positive quality. The negative quality is when you are becoming violent without any cause. You are the aggressor. So ahimsa in Hinduism means non-aggression. Okay. Samata, equipoise. Tushti, contentment. Tapa, you all know tapa, austerity. Danam. Danam, I have done in great detail previously with you. Even while doing Ramcharitmanas, those who were listening know in how much of detail I have done Dan. So Dan is of various kinds listed. The Dan that should be done, the Dan that should not be done. Dan is tamas and sattva and rajasic Dan. All those we have done, so we are not going into detail with that. And yasha, ayasha, here he is giving opposites. यश भी उसकी वजह से, अपयश भी इज पावर्ड बाय हिम. वो रामायण में लाइन है ना, हानि लाभ जीवन मरण, यश अपयश विधि हाथ. आपके हाथ में नहीं है. So you are not in the driver's seat. Even the Geeta is saying that yours is only to try, make full effort, but what will happen as a result is in his hands. You are only in the car, he is driving the car. So it is like this, Hani Labh. Any new project you start, you think that I am starting it and I am going to benefit so much. No. What you will get for your mehnat, it depends on him, on the law of karma. So Hani Labh, Jivan Marana. When you will take the first breath and when you will take the last breath, not in your hands. Not in your hands. Even children when they are born, some are born late, some are born early, some is a cesarean, some is a something, some is a something. होता है या नहीं, हाँ? So that also to the second, to the minute you cannot determine birth and death. So danam yasho yasha bhavanti bhava bhutanam mat eva prathak vidhaha. So he says that all different kinds of qualities arise from me only. Or qualities kya hai? Those that you can perceive, those that happen gross and subtle. Okay. अच्छा ये भी देखिए इधर, बुद्धिर ज्ञान ज्ञानम सम्मोह. इवन डिल्यूजन, सम्मोह इज डिल्यूजन. देखो ये कह रहे हैं इंटेलेक्ट विजडम नॉन इल्यूजन, असम्मोह. असम्मोह, स के बाद अ आता है ना, तो स असम्मोहम, क्षमा, सत्यम, शम, दम. दम इज द हाँ, शम दम. The Dhamma is the external qualities when you control your sense organs, and shama is internal. When you control with the mind, you control the sense organs running after the sense objects with the mind, that is called shama. And dama is when you control physically the external sense organs. So that he gave sukha dukha, bhavo bhavo bhayam cha bhaya. So anything that happens, acha, or anything, happiness, pain, birth, death, bhaya, abhaya, fear and fearlessness, even, and ends with cha. That means the opposite of all these qualities as well. So all these I'm just doing. Uh, I'm not going into the depth of any one of these qualities. You know them all, and when it comes to being important, we can do the depth as well, but not here. Now here come to the sixth verse. महर्षयः सप्त पूर्वे चत्वारो मनवस्तथा मद्भावा मानसा जाता येषां लोक इमाः प्रजाः. Now see, all creation, he is talking about creation over here. Now creation is a slightly subtle subject in all religious literature. In all religious literature, they talk about creation, but look how subtle it is, and there are different theories of creation. Here it says, now, just carefully, a whole lot of spiritual literature is allegorical, it is metaphorical. So here you have allegory. Now, the seven great rishis, the ancient four, my and my mind. No, sorry. Four and also Manus, possessed of powers like me, were born of my mind. From them are these creatures in the world originated and sustained. Dekho, Hinduism does not believe in physical creation. Vedanta, let me say Vedanta, not Hinduism. Vedanta does not believe in creation. Just as dream is not an actual creation, it is a delusion. You see that which is not there. What is delusion? When you see which does not really exist as such. Right? Huh. It is not tangible, it is not there at all, but you see it. That is called delusion. Okay? Now here look at it. He is calling the Manus as origin, born out of my mind. Even the Puranas say, they have these stories of Brahmaji. Brahmaji, with his own divine powers, creates his daughter called Shatarupa. Okay. Now, and creates a son called Manu. Now, Manu and Shatarupa are married. They are not born of Brahmaji. Please carefully. So don't buy this accusation of incest which the Westerner throws at you. कि Manu and Shatarupa were brother and sisters. तो आपके यहाँ तो incest से ही शुरू हुआ है. It is not that. Look what he says. He says, born of my mind. Carefully, carefully. These two are Brahmaji's Manas Putra and Putri. Now, supposing your mind projects two ideas and those two ideas merge together, or with those ideas you make a gross form, does that become incest? Idea. Born of your mind, what can come out of your mind? Only an idea, na? Vichar or thought. Brahma ji calls them Manas Putra, Manas Putri. Here also see, were born of my mind. हाँ, so देखो ये कह रहे हैं, हाँ, they are देखो from the mind. Manasaha, see, do you notice this word Manasaha is from my mind. Jata, Jata born from my mind. Now the disturbance in the mind is a dream. Carefully, huh? A disturbance in the mind is a dream, and a disturbance in the pure consciousness is creation. The pure consciousness, there is a disturbance in the consciousness, and that created different mental things. It created out of the mind, not out of the body. They are not gross. So Vedanta does not believe anything outside as a gross creation. It is your mind's creation. Okay. Now खैर वो बाद में करते हैं, अभी पहले ये देखिए. The creator over here is the life force in us. This is from Gurudev. I am reading. If you like, you can write it. The life in us is the creator. It functions as the urge to create anything, the urge to do, the urge to create in any field. That is the creator. So when you feel creative, the Brahma ji Swarup in you Jagrat ho jata hai. Brahma ji gets awakened in you when you are creating something. ठीक है? But that is possible only with the pure consciousness. So he is supporting that creation. ठीक है? Now then, अच्छा, he says, और ये जो मानस पुत्र क्रिएट होते हैं, ये possessed of powers like me. Carefully, when in a dream you see objects, they are created by your mind. ठीक है ना? और when you see a man in your dream, doesn't he have powers like you? He has powers like you, like a man. But are they really there? No, that is a delusion. That is why he says, like me. See the word like in the translation? See the word like, possessed of powers like me. Now, again, to give you an example, the sun reflected in a bucket of water. The bucket of water has power like the sun or not? It has the light of the sun. Yes. The water heats up. So it has the heating quality of the sun, the brightness of the sun. It can reflect light also. It can throw light onto something else. That also is like the sun. है ना? अगर आप उसके पास पड़े हैं तो उस रिफ्लेक्शन में से आपके ऊपर लाइट आती है या नहीं? So it is behaving like the sun or not? But it is not the sun. It is created like the sun by the reflection of the sun in a reflecting medium. So also over here, he says that in the reflecting medium, they are born out of the Lord's own mind, and then together constitute the material and the efficient causes of the entire world. So देखो, ये चीज बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग है. अब इसको ध्यान से सुनना है. This is allegorical. You know what is allegory? Allegory is a story which actually the whole thing means something else. It is given out as something else, but the whole thing means something else. It stands for something else. Okay. So here it is. देखो. First take Maharshayah. Maharshayah, I told you in the last few verses, were the 7 Saptarishis. ठीक है ना? और वो सप्तऋषि क्या थे वो भी मैंने आपको बताया था. I told you that they are the 5 senses. the five senses, and what were the other two? Mind and intellect. So these two, 5 plus 2, 7. These are the Saptarishis, called the Saptarishi Maharshaya Sapta. जो यहाँ इस वर्स में, वर्स 6 में भी वही repeated है, which was there a few verses before, that buddhi, ahankar, buddhi and intellect plus 5 sense organs, these are the Saptarishi. अच्छा, फिर उसके बाद चत्वारो मन. Now Chatvaro means form, the ancient for पूर्वे चत्वारो. पूर्वे means ancient. देखो इसको ध्यान से प्लीज समझना है. I am just trying to tell you the allegory. हाँ, literal meaning आपको दिख ही रहा है, allegory समझ लो. महर्षय सप्त ये एक हुआ. अच्छा, come to the verse. Then पूर्वे, पूर्वे means ancient. हाँ, च, हाँ, पूर्वे चत्वारो means the ancient four. Now एक बात ध्यान से समझना, this चत्वारो जो है ना, चत्वारो means four, this coming between पूर्वे and coming between mana. दिख रहा है ना, दो अलग अलग हैं. This is very interesting in Sanskrit, as I've told you before also while doing Ramcharitmanas, that a word, when it comes between two things, it can qualify either or. It depends on your own interpretation. Now Shankara interprets this as the ancient four. Purve means ancient, so the ancient four, and some other scholars interpret this as the four manus. Manavastata, the four manus. Manu means the four Sanat Kumars. चार थे ना सनत कुमार. हाँ, तो वो भी ब्रह्मपुत्र थे, मानस पुत्र ऑफ ब्रह्मा जी. अच्छा, मानस पुत्र means what? They have to be qualities only. Manas, mana deals with the subtle body. ठीक है ना? Anything born of the subtle body has to be subtle only. So carefully, we are here discussing the subtle body and its subtle qualities. We are not discussing physicality. Though is it given out as four sons? The sons are mental sons. Manas Putra. तो वो क्या है? मन, बुद्धि, चित्त एंड अहंकार. Carefully. This is the antahkaran. The antahkaran is created by the creator. Man, buddhi, chit, ahankar are just subtle. They are the subtle body. Can you catch man? Can you catch buddhi? Can you tangibly hold ahankar or chitta? Nothing. So ये चारों जो हैं, they represent Sanat Kumar, you can call them. You can call them Man, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar. But these are not physical things. These are mental things created by the creator. Now, these are the efficient cause as well as the material cause. Material cause means that the whole world is possible because of these. है या नहीं? अगर आपका मन बुद्धि नहीं है तो वर्ल्ड है नहीं, है ना? तो gross world is also possible because of these, and your thoughts and qualities in your mind are also possible because of these. Just think. It's a very, very subtle interpretation, very, very subtle thought, very, very subtle. The entire narrative is only a disguise, and the whole story is suggestive of something totally different. And please understand, creation exists only subtly. There is no grossness about it. तो now अब ये देखिए. Now let's come to this. The four ancients and the manus. I have told you that it can mean the four ancients means मन बुद्धि चित्त अहंकार बिल्कुल पहले के हैं. अच्छा, और मनु जो है, they say that Manu was the progenitor of mankind. ठीक है, हमारे स्क्रिप्चर्स में ये है. अच्छा, मत्स्य पुराण में ये स्टोरी है that ब्रह्मा जी created these मानस पुत्रस and created मानस पुत्र यही हुए मन बुद्धि चित्त अहंकार, सनत कुमार you can call them or whatever you would like to call them. Also the सप्तऋषि, the five senses and what और उनके जो तन्मात्रास हैं, those. So here now then come to this, it's very very interesting. देखो, creation is only through projection. ये जो चार हैं, इनकी वजह से प्रोजेक्शन होता है या नहीं? So creation is possible only because of Brahmaji's Manas Putra, these four मन बुद्धि चित्त अहंकार, और उनकी वजह से ही creation होता है. And that is why they are also called the चार मनु. Now Manu जो है ना, अच्छा, he created with his divine powers a daughter also, because creation has to take place between a man and a woman. तो उन्होंने शतरूपा, also understand Shatrupa means she who can have 100 different beauteous forms. That person is called Shatrupa, जिसके 100 अलग-अलग रूप हों. Now just think about it. Is he talking of the gross body or the subtle body? Gross body can have only one form. सोच के देखो. Gross body जैसे आपकी मेरा शरीर है. How many forms do we have? One only. तो शतरूपा क्या हुआ? Shatrupa is also the subtle body, the mind, which can take 100 different, which can turn into 100 different forms. है या नहीं? The mind can take many, many forms and can project many, many things. So that is Shatrupa. And Manu and Shatrupa together, they are both mental qualities. They create mankind. सो दे क्रिएट मैनकाइंड. अच्छा, अब देखो ध्यान से और समझना इसको थोड़ा सा, समझो इसको. मन, नाउ आई एम गोइंग इनटू द एटमोलॉजी ऑफ मनु केयरफुली. मन, माइंड, सेम साउंडिंग वर्ड. मनु, सेम साउंडिंग वर्ड. मानस, सेम साउंडिंग वर्ड. मनुष्य, same sounding. Man, same sounding word. The German Mann, M-A-N-N, which means a person. M-A-N-N, German Mann, same thing. So the root of Manu and man is the same. From Manu came man, from man came creation, from man came mankind. सोच के देखो. और ये सब ओरिजिनल क्या है? माइंड, मन, मन. So they are creations of the mind, not gross. You see them as gross, but they are creations of the mind. Acha, they are called Nitya Kumaras. Nitya Kumara also means that they will always be there. They are there always. You cannot destroy them. And Man, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar, all these four are only one. आप उनको डाइसेक्ट नहीं कर सकते. जस्ट लाइक अ कॉइन है, या मान लीजिए डायमंड है. डायमंड के अलग अलग फेसेट्स कटे हुए हैं. द स्टोन इज ओनली वन, बट समटाइम्स डिपेंडिंग ऑन द रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ समथिंग, इट शाइन्स ब्लू, ग्रीन, पर्पल. It has all kinds of colors, isn't it? The diamond reflects, but the diamond is only one. Depending on what is reflecting in the diamond, the color will change. Is it not? The same is with the mind. Whatever connects with the mind, the colors of the mind change accordingly. So, man, buddhi, chit, ahankar is nothing else but one thing alone. And all these four are one. Put together, they are the subtle equipment. You call it the subtle body or the subtle equipment, but they can. आपको पता चलता है क्या कि अब मेरी बुद्धि फंक्शन कर रही है, अब मेरा अहंकार फंक्शन कर रहा है, अब मेरा इंटेलेक्ट? नो, it all functions as one. But when it is discriminatory, you call it intellect. When it is instinctual, you call it mind. Hmm? When it is memory oriented, you call it chitta. And when it is pride and individuality oriented, you call it ahankar. Think. They are all the same. They are all the same power. They are all the same things. So the seven seers, and seven seers, याद है ना? हाँ, सप्तऋषि और ये चार मनु, they are all allegorically speaking the subtle body projecting and making you see the delusion called the world. Otherwise, there is no such thing as world. That is what Vedanta says. Now, we all may not feel very easy with this kind of interpretation, but the world is maintained because of the antakaran. It exists because of the antakaran, and it can switch off and on because of the antakaran when it goes into deep sleep and when it materializes, or it goes into anesthesia and returns back. It is all the antakaran that creates for you your reality. Otherwise, there is no reality. And so he says that ये जो सारी चीजें हैं, they are empowered by me alone. This much तो we understand. That all these Saptarishi, Manus, Char Manu, Man Buddhi Chitta Ahankar, the sense organs, and all these are empowered by pure consciousness. If there is no consciousness, there is no perception, there is no gross world, there is no nothing. And all these qualities, ye bhi jo hai na, tushti, sukha, dukkha, this and that, are all there when this equipment is empowered. Otherwise, there is nothing. Okay, so this much for today. There's a lot of matter to think about. Please read all this again and think very carefully. If you like, listen to the talk again and again to get it fixed in your mind, this whole concept of creation and what is creation and how it is empowered by the Lord. Let us finish here. We take verse 7 next time. ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः शान्तिः हरि ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम्